Welcome back again to another episode of the RiSSky Powerhouse. We back again. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, chilling with your boy again one more time. A lot of NBA content over the last couple days. I wanted to spread my love, share some thoughts, get with you guys on this happy Friday, nice Friday, TGIF. Hope y'all get weeks coming to a close smoothly. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all weeks. Hope y'all had productive weeks. And more to come, more to come. Right now we look at the channel update. We up to 1,307 subscribers. 1,307 subscribers. So if you haven't already, go ahead and take a chance to share the video. Push your family, your friends, your other basketball fans to follow the RiSSky Powerhouse on Twitter, on Instagram. We got a Facebook group. We got a Facebook page. We also got a Facebook page where you can just like the page. We got the page that's active, and we got the page that's just there for fans to show that they appreciate the RiSSky Powerhouse. You know, just like the page. Keep the action coming on Twitter, live updates during the games, like I said in previous videos. But yeah, man, dropped a video about the Memphis Grizzlies and Ja Morant a couple days ago. If you haven't already, go ahead and take a chance to slide over there once you leave this video. You know what I mean? Go leave a like and a comment, because all of your love, all your support, all of those comments and likes keep the videos relevant and the related views for the next person to be able to see and join the Powerhouse. So yeah, do that for me, and I appreciate it. Let's get into the action. When you see your boy Giannis, y'all see how I'm coming today. Antetokounmpo eating out there versus the Golden State Warriors. No Draymond Green. Obviously, the Warriors play a small lineup, and when you don't have your best defensive player and you already have a small lineup, it's going to be detrimental when you're dealing with a guy like Giannis. One thing about Giannis, you have to have somebody that's athletic enough while also being big enough to guard him. It seems like it's honestly no stopping him. When you look at his numbers this year, the dude Giannis had 28 points, 11 and a half rebounds, a career high 6 assists, and he's what, number 7 in defensive win shares right now. The dude is 3rd in defensive box plus minus. So what that tell you, Giannis is still one of the most impactful defenders in the NBA as we speak right now, while also being arguably the best offensive player. Now, if we want to talk skill, if he can hit a jumper, if he can hit a three, fadeaways, in the different ways you can be versatile in your scoring. But when we just look at the impact and how his pros and cons how they outweigh each other, Giannis is number 1 in offensive win shares and number 2 in offensive box plus minus as we speak today, averaging 28 points, which is top 5 in the league, 6 assists, over 6 assists, and that's a career high for him at the moment. Who knows if he's going to sustain that? But still, we're talking about today. We're talking about today. They started off 8-8. The Milwaukee Bucks did, but when you look at the situation and what happened with them, Brook Lopez go out with a back injury. DiVincenzo broke his foot in the playoffs last year. He didn't play one game. He didn't play until today versus the Golden State Warriors. When you also look at Chris Middleton was missed a lot of chunk of the first half of the season. Jrue Holiday was also in and out of the lineup. Giannis had a lot of stretch of the season early where he was just out there with Grayson Allen, Bobby Portis, Nwora, his brother Thanasis, George Hill, and a few other guys off the bench. You feel me? And it seemed like his bench was his starters, and the people that was on the bench playing wasn't even supposed to be in the lineup. You get what I'm saying? So when your original lineup starts to come back and everybody started to get going, they've run off 11 straight. Jrue, Chris, and Giannis. And in the last few games, they've been 19-9 since that 8-8 start. In just the month of January alone, they've destroyed Brooklyn and Golden State, who are championship contending teams as we speak. Championship contending teams. It seemed like Giannis raises his level when he look across the court and he knows that there is a threat over there. That team poses a threat to us, so I got to be my best version of myself for us to win. He had a triple-double, his 28th career triple-double. He passed Michael Jordan for career triple-doubles last night versus the Golden State Warriors. The dude was just absolutely amazing. Giannis, 30 30 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 blocks, and he did that in 30 minutes. 30 minutes. They were up by 40 at one point. 40. Now, I know Draymond won out there. I know Clay just got back. But Steph has been in the slump since Christmas. First, we thought it was just, maybe he was anxious because of the record and all of those things. But Steph, it seemed like he's struggling to shoot 50%. And he's one of the most efficient volume shooters we ever seen in terms of his true shooting across the board, from his threes to his distant twos to his layups at the rim and his free throws. But Steph, he ain't been in a slump. And when we start talking about this MVP race, Steph, for the first 15 games or so, was definitely the number one MVP candidate. But as we went from game 15 to about game 25, 28, 29, Kevin Durant made a push. With James Harden being out, Kevin won 3 straight games, I remember, over the course of a weekend. I can't remember exactly who all of those games were against, but the main game I remember is the Pistons game where he dropped 51. But when you look at the last few games, Brooklyn have lost 5. They've been 5-7 in their last 12 games. 5-7. And when you also consider just records in general, people say, oh, well, the Milwaukee Bucks haven't been winning as much as the Brooklyn Nets or as much as this and that team. And people talk about wins and losses. The Milwaukee Bucks are 27-17. The Brooklyn Nets are 26-15. That means Milwaukee have more wins and 2 more losses. So the race is tight in terms of wins right now. And when you just look at basic impact metrics, Giannis is second in the league in PER, only behind Jokic. First in offensive win shares, 7th in defensive win shares. Only 2 players in the league currently are top 10 in both offensive and defensive win shares. That's Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo. The only reason I haven't considered Jokic as much as the other candidates simply is wins and losses. But we know his roster, but the wins and losses is going to really matter at the end of the day, because everybody have fluctuation with rotations right now. Everybody have people in and out. We know the consistency of how many games they play with their guys, yes. But the situation is Giannis, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, they just have a better clear-cut shot at having the MVP granted to them because of the wins. And Jokic is just having a great season. But yeah, Giannis is what? Second in PER, first in offensive win shares, 7th in defensive win shares. That's good for second overall in total win shares. Giannis is first in win shares per 48 minutes, second in offensive box plus minus, third in defensive box plus minus, second in total box plus minus, and he is second in value of a replacement player, only behind Nikola Jokic. So we have to start really looking at what he's doing for his team. When you look at the roles Giannis has to play for his team, he have to be an MVP level scorer. He have to rebound. He is the second facilitator for their team. Jrue Holiday averages 6.7. Giannis averages 6.1 assists per game. Jrue Holiday lead the team in steals. Giannis is second. Giannis is leading the team in blocks. It's time to start really looking at Giannis as a serious MVP favorite. Serious MVP favorite. Blew the Warriors out by 40. That was a statement game. Beat the brakes off of the Brooklyn Nets a couple weeks ago by 20 plus. It's time to start giving them love. But when we swing over to the Nets, them dudes put on a show. They did. Nothing short of a show versus the Chicago Bulls. Nothing short of a show. The Brooklyn Nets, it was a close game early. They kept it competitive first, second quarter. Kevin was doing his thing. He really wasn't shooting the ball a lot, but everybody was touching the rock. The ball was moving. They were running plays. James Harden had a couple of freaky assists. That third and fourth quarter, the Brooklyn Nets really flexed their muscle, though. They truly flexed their muscle. When you look at what the Brooklyn Nets truly did, it's like they really woke up, because the Chicago Bulls are the number 1 seed right now at 27-12 in the Eastern Conference. The Brooklyn Nets have now fallen to the 3 seed behind the Miami Heat, who've been winning games with Jimmy out, with Bam out. somehow the Miami Heat have still been pulling together games. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Kyle Lowry. What's the big man that they've been having playing? I know his name. Come on. Man, they've been putting together wins, dog. It's time to start giving Gabe Vincent and them boys off the bench some love. Shout out to the Miami Heat. But yeah, to these MVP candidates with Kevin Durant, he is playing lights out. And when you look at the Brooklyn Nets, we know what James Harden is supposed to be for the team. Made a video about him a couple days ago. Go check that video out if you haven't. But Kevin is averaging 30. And then when you watch them play, it seems like he got to have 33, 34 points, 50% from the field, 40% from three, and 90 from the free throw for them to win games. And one thing that's scary about the Brooklyn Nets is early in the season, it seemed like their defense as a unit was above average. It was good. And their offense wasn't as polarizing, but because their defense was better, their offense was still quality. It was still a great offense. So I feel like they had a better shot at, growing in that regard. But now it's seeming like they just trying to beat teams to 130. And I don't think that's a good road to walk into, because I know you have your talent coming back with Kyrie, with Harden, with Kevin Durant. You're going to be able to build more camaraderie, build more reps, get up a lot of shots, play fast, and all those things. But I think when it come down to the gritty, and the Brooklyn Nets have a lot of jump shooters. I know they're efficient jump shooters in Harden and Kyrie and KD. But you want to really make your mark on defense in the playoffs, because when you look at teams like the Milwaukee Bucks last year, they were a defensive team where even if Drew Holiday shot 30% from the field, they still was winning games because they were sitting in that chair. PJ Tucker, Bobby Portis, Giannis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, et cetera, et cetera. Them dudes was playing defense. Now, I'm not just matching these two teams up against each other right now in this argument, but what I'm saying is I would rather you have your MVP level scorer in Giannis, in Kevin. I would rather you have a defensive unit that's cohesive rather than just trying to use your offensive talent to outrace people. Because that can burn you. That can come back to burn you when the team really challenge you on the defensive end and you taking a lot of tough shots. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets, though, because when it came down to the gritty in that third quarter, when the game was tight versus the Chicago Bulls, they opened up. And everybody that watched that game said, whew, when all three of these dudes on the court together, it's curtains. It's curtains. Because it's just who you can't lean your defense on either one of them. If you lean too much on one, you're giving too much space to the other. So that's what makes it tough to guard with the rim threats and Nick Claxton. And you got LaMarcus Aldridge picking and popping. You got Blake in your back pocket in case you need to play him. Darren Sharp, he been playing pretty well for them the last couple games. Even though when you look at the game they played tonight versus the OKC Thunder, I didn't expect anything out of this game, honestly, except for Harden to just play well. And he shot 7. He had a great game, honestly. When you look at the totality of his game, 3 steals and 3 blocks is the numbers that really show me what 3 steals, 3 blocks, and only 3 turnovers. I'll take that from James Harden any day. But Kevin was out, Kyrie was out, Claxton was out, no Aldridge. Come on. I know it's the OKC Thunder, but still, it's like the people that they're playing really haven't played with the unit all season. So I just really wanted to just see if they could play well. They gave up 130 points. Play defense. I just need the Brooklyn Nets to play defense. And they'll be gearing up in the right direction. Coming out of the All-Star break, I expect them to put a lot more effort on the defensive end, get their rotations a lot more tighter as teams start to gear towards shorter rotations and everybody knowing exactly who's going to play every single night. But yeah, shout out to the Brooklyn Nets over the Chicago Bulls. Shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks over the Golden State Warriors. 2 polarizing wins. If y'all got anything y'all want to let me know about those games, any takeaways that y'all had, if y'all think it was just poo-poo, or if y'all think they were big-time wins, let me know in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you made it thus far. If you're new to the RiSSky Powerhouse, go ahead and subscribe, man. I'm dropping content consistently. We give y'all what y'all want to hear. Hey, y'all, it's like we dropping mixtapes. It's like we got what the streets want to hear. You feel me? I'm holding this mic. Y'all really got me feeling like an artist out here. I need to get some T-shirts branded, get some hats branded. RiSSky Powerhouse LLC coming soon, man. Y'all let me know if I drop T-shirts if y'all would buy one. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Just say yes or no, and I will know exactly what you're talking about. I hope people make it this far in the video so y'all can see that too. And I'm rambling right now, but that's what y'all here to see. Y'all here to see your boy talk about basketball. And that's what I'm here for, because the Memphis Grizzlies, it's crazy how they get another win over the Minnesota Timberwolves. New Orleans, they're heating up a little bit. I know they're still on the bottom end of the Western Conference, but Brandon Ingram been playing well since he's been back in the lineup. With Cam Reddish being traded to the New York Knicks, a lot of red flags signing. A lot of red flags are showing. Is Zion on his way to New York? I hope Zion go to New York too. I would love to see Zion in New York. That would be amazing, because the market, obviously, because the expectation will make or break a career. Leaving the Pelicans, you're going to become a villain. People are not going to respect you as much. You're not going to be all just smiling and everybody just love you. It's going to be expectation there. So I would love to see Zion with the Knicks, with R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish. Maybe the Knicks move on from Julius Randle. He gave him some good time. He gave them some time to build up on something. Maybe it's time to move on from him. Maybe you keep him. Maybe he's a Knicker for life, a Knickerbocker for life. Maybe he one of those Tibbs guys where he's going to stay around even if he come off the bench as a 6-man or got to play the 5 or anything. You never know moving forward how teams can shift and move into a different direction depending on what opportunities open up for them. So looking forward to see what happens with Zion in the next 2 seasons. That's something that's long-term, more so than short-term. But with Cam Reddish going to the Knicks, I really pray they give him a serious opportunity to play about 25 minutes a night. They truly need a bench spark. But if they can find a way to get him in the starting lineup with RJ, with maybe Alec Burke, with Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson, give him an opportunity to run pick and roll, develop into a true scoring wing who can maybe facilitate, defend at a high level. Maybe R.J. Barrett and Cam Reddish can be something like what Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were 2 years ago. Don't look at where they at now. Don't take my quote and say maybe R.J. Barrett and them can be like, no. Maybe they can be like where they were 2 years ago, where Tatum was about 17, 18 points. Brown was about 15, 16 points, but they were both defenders, and they both helped the Boston Celtics win games. So interested to see what happened with New York and Cam Reddish. Sad news. Bol Bol got sent back to Denver because he failed a physical in Detroit. That was so demoralizing to me. I wanted to see Bol Bol get an opportunity in Detroit to play, get an opportunity to show that he was a good NBA player on a lottery team so that maybe he can extend his career. But it's not looking too good for him if he got to go back to Denver by failing a physical, because now other teams might not want to show interest in you, even if a team offered 2 second-round picks. Rumor is the Lakers offered the Atlanta Hawks 2 second-round picks for Cam Reddish. Maybe they offer 1 second-round pick, maybe even 2 for Bol Bol. Never know. But Bol Bol needs to get somewhere where he can play, man. Even if he's just playing 20 minutes a night. I expect Cam Reddish to get more minutes than Bol Bol if they were shipped off either way. But I just hope Bol get an opportunity somewhere. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up right there. Leave the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Drop a comment. Let me know future video ideas. Let me know if anything I said contradicted itself, or if I was wrong about something or whatever. Hey, man, right now, that boy, if I had to call it, I'm going to take Giannis #1 MVP, Kevin Durant #2. I'm going to go Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry, because Steph Curry just been bad for a whole month. And Jokic's been going up, Curry coming down. So I'm going to take Jokic at 3, Curry at 4. And if I had to take a 5th one, I'm going to go with DeRozan, because he's been playing well over the course of the last month, trending upward. So, yeah, those are my top 5 MVPs as of Friday, January 14th. It's the RiSSky Powerhouse. I love y'all. We out. Y'all will see me later.